This is the true story of Hannah Cornelius, a kind, adventurous and selfless young woman, someone that's had a bright life ahead of her with so much more to give her fellow humans, animals, and the world. But after giving her friend a lift home one night, four men descended on her car. What would become of Hannah? Hannah Cornelius was born on February 12, 1996 in Cape Town, South Africa. Born to Willem, a magistrate, and Anna, a lawyer, she grew up in a stable and happy family. In the summer of 2015, Hannah started her bachelor's degree at Stellenbosch University. She lived at the Irene Ladies' Residence in Stellenbosch, which was nearby. In her second year at university, she met Cheslin Marsh, a fellow student studying theology. They quickly became close friends, but no one could have anticipated what they would go on to endure together. On Friday the 26th of May 2017, Hannah and Cheslin were out for drinks with friends. After that, Cheslin offered to walk Hannah back to her residence. Hannah gratefully accepted his offer of company, and they made it back to her residence without any trouble. However, Hannah was caring as she was concerned about Cheslin getting home safely, despite his insistence that he would be fine riding his longboard home. Hannah offered to drive him back in her car, which was parked just around the corner. She loved driving anyway, and it would take her no time at all to drop him off. Cheslin eventually accepted her offer and she drove off towards his home at around 3:23 a.m. on a Saturday night. Hannah parked her car on a small patch of grass while she and Cheslin said their goodbyes. She wasn't parked up for long, not long enough to notice the four men walking by their car along the road. They didn't notice the group when first time they passed by the car. They also didn't notice them as they approached the car for a second time using a nearby truck for cover. The four men pounced in very rapidly. The passenger door was ripped open, a sharpened screwdriver and a flip knife were pressed against both their necks. The situation became very serious and very fast. And the four men forced themselves into the vehicle before they could do anything to stop it. Hannah and Cheslin were both real-time victims of a carjacking. Everyone else stayed inside the car. Hannah was forced to sit in between the two front seats. She was flanked by two unknown assailants. Cheslin was being pinned by the third in the back just 17 minutes after they'd pulled up at 3:40 a.m. Neither Cheslin nor Hannah knew the nights that they were in for. Sadly, this was just the beginning. Hannah's vehicle then wasn't seen around an hour, but at 4:34 a.m. it was spotted by a surveillance camera at a petrol station. A station located just outside of Stellenbosch. The men had stopped the vehicle and forced Cheslin into the boot of the car. They frisked him for everything that he had, including his jacket and shoes. As the car arrived at the petrol station, a figure in a cream-colored jacket can be seen in the passenger seat and a surveillance camera inside the station captures Vernon Whitby entering the shop with a wallet. The wallet belongs to Cheslin with Cheslin's bank card. He was ready to rinse it. Unfortunately, after multiple attempts to access his bank account, it appeared as Cheslin had lied about the PIN number. After re-entering the vehicle, the five of them continued their journey to Kraaifontein. This is a neighboring town to Stellenbosch. During this entire horrific car ride with Cheslin still in the boot, Hannah remained in the front of her grandmother's car, surrounded on all sides by three unknown and dangerous men. She was compliant and cooperative, not looking around, arguing or fighting. She stared straight ahead into the dark road. The men made several trips around the local area, stopping infrequently to visit various people. These were most likely illicit substance pickups and drop-offs during this time. Cheslin was still in the boot trying to kick the door open whenever he thought the men weren't around, but his attempts were fruitless. He was trapped and helpless. That was until 5:30 a.m. when suddenly the men stopped the car. Hannah asked the men why they were stopping for, and they told her they were just going for a smoke break. They told her they would be on their way soon and would return her car when they got to their final destination.